Yo, how's it going, guys? My name is Spencer. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and this is one of my first couple of videos, so bear with me if the video isn't amazing. I'm trying my best here, just starting up my channel again. I've had channels my whole life. That's actually how I made some of my first real money in this world, was actually on YouTube and stuff. So I've had YouTube accounts for a super long time, but I haven't actually made my personal brand business videos on this business channel I just haven't made a lot of videos. I think I have like 2 or 3. But one of my goals this year is to really scale up my YouTube. Not necessarily I can't really predict if I'm gonna get a lot of subscribers, but when I say scale, I mean I want to be putting out more and more content. So that's something I'm going to be doing a lot this year, like I mentioned. So without further ado, I'm just going to go ahead and start. And in this quick video, I'm going to be talking about how I made my first $100,000 online, when that was, and what it kind of looked like, and then what I did with that money, and how it set me up for even more success later on. And some of the good things I did and some of the stupid things I did with that money. If you guys are young, if you guys are 20 or younger, this is going to be really, really informative, because I made my first $100,000 at the age of 15, 16, 17. And I think I was, 15 and 16. That was when I made my first 100K. I remember I paid 40% taxes that year, and I was heartbroken. But that's when I learned the big adult lessons that they're all when you grow up, you're going to have to learn a lot of lessons. Growing up is hard. You think you have it easy as a kid. But I was over here making money in school. I wasn't very good at math, which is kind of funny. And I have nothing to hide when I say in high school I failed math. And one of the reasons was I was too busy just on my phone, just chilling, because I knew at home I had this thing going on. I was making money online, and I was I don't really know any of this math stuff. My parents were you better pass high school or I'm going to kill you. But I was just chilling, and that's why I failed, because I just was chilling, and I didn't really do any work because I was doing all my work at home. So when I was at school, I would be really tired because I'd stay up all night sometimes, and when I would go to school, I wouldn't be ready to work, because I just got done working, and I never really saw the value in high school. Obviously, I think school and I think education is there's a foundation in education. That's how you get a foundation. But the thing is, with high school, I stopped hearing new things after freshman year. I didn't really learn much. I kind of knew the history we got taught. I knew how to write pretty good, just I knew how to convince people just listening to me, or all I really wanted to learn was how to write ad copy. But I was learning that by failing it and losing money trying to do Shopify on the weekends and stuff like that. So I was learning I was learning in the high school era that I was in, but I was learning more from my own sort of ventures. But anyways, let me kind of get back on track. So you're probably asking, well, what did you do that got you $100,000 at 15 and 16, and what did you do with that money? Well, here's the thing. I uploaded YouTube videos, and that's pretty much all I did. Now let me explain this, and you can't really do this anymore, but people still do this. There's a whole sort of network of YouTubers and influencers that do this. They range in how much they're legit. They range in how much money they're making, and there's obviously some big companies that actually do this as well. That you would think it's just a YouTuber, but it's actually a company who has hiring people to make the YouTube videos. But basically, what I was doing was cash cow channels. Now, if you guys don't know what a cash cow channel is, it's basically taking other videos from the internet or from YouTube, downloading them, editing them up, and maybe doing a voiceover, or just actually taking those videos and transforming it into a non-copyrighted new video, and then repurposing that and putting it back on YouTube on a monetized channel. And when you do that, you make money when you get views, right? And so a lot of people will make clickbait videos, a top 10s, that type of stuff, car crashes, or top 10 fails, Fail Army, Watch Mojo, those type of channels. If you've ever seen those are big examples of cash cow channels, where they're basically just a compilation or just a countdown list of a viral topic. So it could be 10 biggest skyscrapers in the world, 125 the most deadliest roller coasters, or just random stuff with a crazy thumbnail of a roller coaster going in midair with no way for it to get on a track or whatever. Just stuff that makes you want to click and be oh my god. Or just crazy wacky pictures. If you've ever been on Google Images and just seen a super crazy, if you type in huge water slide, you'll see some that you're gonna be what? How is that real? So that's what you would do, is take that picture that would have that reaction, and make that your thumbnail, and then basically just make a top 10 countdown of the top 10 craziest water slides in the world, and then like put it on YouTube and just like put text over it, make a little voiceover. There are some people that hire voice actors to do that, and then there's some people that actually make the cash cow videos themselves. And it depends on what you do, but that's what I was doing at a young age. I had a channel. It was more in the political spectrum. That's why it's actually shut off, because YouTube is kind of well, how do I say this? Well, I'm not going to say it because I don't want to get banned, but that's the problem. Is like censorship. Censorship, you know what I'm saying? And so my channel did get like totally messed up because it was in a political industry, or like niche, not industry. It was in the political niche, and I was basically taking clips from. I'm just gonna leave it at that, because I really when I'm explaining this, I'm trying to explain the fact that YouTube actually cracks down on political videos harder than pretty much any other category, because they want to control sort of like the space, which is understandable. If you're a company and you have like your money invested in politics and stuff, you want to make sure you own the content. You don't want anybody talking against YouTube if you're YouTube. So I wasn't doing that, but like some of the politics were, because it was like breaking up big tech and whatever. So it is what it is. That channel I still have, but it's like totally just there. Like it doesn't have any videos. I had to delete them and everything, and I didn't really care. I mean, the videos weren't that good. But basically what I would do is like come home from school and just download a couple of videos, splice them together on like a video editor, and just export them again. And and then I had a couple of videos go viral, I think in 2016 and 2017. And I think I ended up getting like this one time I made like $2,000 in a day. And with YouTube, there's no expenses when you're doing this. So unlike e-commerce or something, when you make $2,000 from AdSense, you make $2,000. Like you have no expenses, because your expense was making the video. So I ended up having all this cash and all this profit. And since I was at a young age, I had to file taxes under my dad. And what that did, unfortunately, was I had to pay a super big amount in taxes, because it looked like my dad like tripled his income that year, and I was only like 15, 16. So like I said, I had to file under him, and I paid 40% of my taxes that year, and like I was like heartbroken, because I'm like, that was all my money. But anyways, that's basically how I made over $100,000 at the age of 15 and 16, and I did that from 2016 to 2017, and then from 2018, 2019, and 2020, as well as this year, just straight up e-commerce. That's what I kind of do now. And I bought an average type of stuff. I bought like some cool Nikes. I bought like some merch. I bought just all sorts of crap with the money I had, because I think after taxes I had like 75 grand, and then I spent probably like 10,000. I bought like a new phone. I bought a new computer. I custom built my own computer with the parts I bought from YouTube. So it's kind of funny. Like I made the YouTube videos when I had $0, because like I started my whole business. I started my whole life just like you did, with $0 to my name. I grew up in a good family, but at the same time they didn't just like put money in my bank account or anything. So my bank account, like I've always had the same bank account since I was a kid. And I had $900 in it since I was like from the age of 0 to like to age 15 or 16. I made like $900 after like birthday and spending and all that, and like putting a little money in savings. But I didn't have a credit card. You get a debit card when you're like not 18, but before, I don't know. So like this is all before I turned 18. And then when I turned 18, I got like I started my own credit card with Discover. I was able to I actually spent a lot of money on courses. I bought Alex Becker's courses. If you guys know Alex Becker, I started subscribing to him when he had like 7,000 subs. That was funny. Probably back in 2014 or 15. I remember he used to make videos on the beach. That was funny. But I basically bought people's courses in e-commerce. I spent a lot of money losing money on Facebook ads. I bought a lot of influencer shout outs with that money. But basically what I'm trying to explain is, yeah, I got pretty lucky making that money at that age. But I think before I made any money again, I got down to about $30,000 in cash. But I didn't make money 2018 or 2019. I even profited. I scaled this one product in the year 2019. I made like $70,000 but zero profit. And I still had to do accounting, and I basically got like taxed, and it sucked, right? And I was still working, and I graduated high school in the year 2019. So what I'm trying to explain is, while I had some money in high school after this, since I was chilling and having fun making money as like a sophomore, I failed math, and then I had to I almost didn't pass high school, because like I had to do math again, and my high school was like super, they're like, you have to pass this class. So I had to do math like another year, but like I did it, and I passed with like a 70.2%. I failed Spanish, but my Spanish teacher passed me just because she hated me so much. Like, hilarious. Like I like barely got through high school, but on the side, like when I was going home, I was learning, you know, watching people like Sebastian, whatever his last name is, cool guy. I was watching people like Ecom, Chris King, whatever his YouTube channel was. He passed away, unfortunately, but he was someone that I looked up to. He had like the Huracan and like the Jaguar. I think his name was Ecom King, or there's Beast of Ecom, that's the other guy. But yeah, I was watching all these YouTubers, and I was getting mentored by my friend Noah Brewer, who I still talk to. He's still, you know, someone that I'm connected with, and he actually does viral. He owns Viral Ecom Ads, and I have an affiliate link. So if I can put this in my YouTube channel description, I might. I'll probably forget. But I basically, like, through 2018 and 2019, I had this money from earlier from my YouTube cash cow channel, where I made, like, you know, money pretty easily. But then I got demonetized. That's what I forgot to mention. I got demonetized on that channel. And so I could never get it back up again. So I stopped making money on YouTube, and I just put all my effort into Shopify. But I was like, why am I doing this? Like, because I kept trying to do Shopify, and I kept failing. I bought people's courses because I could afford it, because I was, you know, like one of those kids. Every kid was trying to do e-commerce back then. And there were some kids that were, you know, successful, like, well, yeah, like the people I mentioned, they were like pretty much my age. They still are. But I was like, well, I have their courses, I'm watching their YouTube channels, I'm making some sales, but I'm breaking even. I'm like, what are they doing that I'm not doing? And the answer was nothing. No, it's just like, I just had to be patient. And that's kind of what I learned through sort of like this timeline of making money, is that, yes, I did lose a lot of money. I did get scammed on some courses. I remember I spent $2,500 on Adrian Morrison's course. I think I still have it. I spent $7,000 on this agent. It's called Agency Hypergrowth. I spent $7,000 to be in that group. I met a couple cool people in there I should really reach out to. But basically what I'm trying to say is I put almost all my money while I was in high school, when I had that money, back into e-commerce. And it's funny because I graduated high school with like a bunch of anxiety, because I graduated in the year 2019 and I wasn't making any money. And all my friends were like going off to college. They were like, I got accepted, Spencer, where are you going? I'm like, I'm gonna go back home. I'm gonna go back home and just try to do this again. That's like kind of how I left high school. And my parents like were just enough okay with me to leave, because I had made that money like 2 years earlier. But no one really knew the anxiety and the stress I was going through, because like, you know, waking up super early, like 7 in the morning for school that I didn't want to be at, while I was like trying to check my sales, because like I want to see if my ads got approved that night before. And after like spending like 20 plus grand on people's courses, when I only had like, at this point I had like 50,000, and then I dropped down to about 30,000, $20,000. But like that's all the money I had to my name. And like I went to no schools. I didn't take the ACT, I didn't take the SAT, I didn't apply for a single college, and I did pass high school, so that's cool. Like I did graduate and everything. I have a diploma because like I wanted one. Like I'm like, I need to get a diploma, because like, I don't know, I just was like, I'm in school, I don't want to just be that kid that just disappeared. But that's exactly what I did. After high school graduation, I disappeared, and I went home that night. I'm like, okay, so now I'm still living at my parents' house, and I have no idea how I'm gonna make money. But what did I do? Just, I'm gonna be honest, it sounds like anticlimactic or something, but the answer is I literally just kept on doing trial and error. I kept on just trying and trying, but I never ever gave up, because I knew, like, just one of these products, just one time, like that's what my mentor Noah Brewer said at the time, when I was trying to get, because I actually did mentor with him for about a year while I was in high school, but we never made money together. He just like, he just kept me going as a client as I just kept trying, and I was like a little hopeless kid. I was like, man, like this is embarrassing. Like I'm like, you know, I really failed the hardest. But what I realized is like that ended up teaching me the ultimate lesson, which is like, all I did was learn 1,000 ways on how to not fail, and like through that I created a network of like thinking through just like all my trial and error. Like when I just think about e-commerce right now, even if I have like no stores open, I know I can make money anytime, just because I know like the core of why people buy products. I know how true advertising works, and I've reverse engineered like on the side. I'll talk about this in a different video, but through that I reverse engineered the course system, because I was the one that was buying so many courses. So I figured out, well, how to make the best course. Well, make it like how I would want it, you know, and like make money in the course live, and then show them on camera, like me doing it. So that's kind of what I did when I built my training program, Ecom Hyper Profit. You guys can go check that out in the description. It's my exclusive e-commerce training. I know everybody has an e-commerce course, but mine is something that it's like a lifelong project for me. It's truly something that I built by hand. I even picked like the RGB colors I wanted. I made the logo. Like, I built all my stuff from scratch. But the thing is, the only real reason I wanted to make this video was to, get one point across, which is that if you're trying to make money as a kid, if you're like 15, 16, 17, if you're even younger, like, the younger the better. If you're freaking 9 and doing this, like, that's dope, because like I was still making YouTube videos when I was like 11 years old with my friends. I was still trying to like make viral videos. I was still trying to like upload YouTube videos. I had a channel where I was just like going to car shows and just filming cars driving by. And like I remember this one guy had like 16K subs out of nowhere when he was at the same car show, and I'm like, how did he do? So like I just kept being like, what? This isn't fair. Everybody's going past me. And through that kind of feeling, I realized like, wait a second, let me just learn from what they're doing. And then I just got all this data from losing so much, from failing so much, and by spending so much money on people's courses, by getting scammed, by having myself in a good course, but then like me not still able to make money, through me getting mentored by my friend Noah Brewer for like 7 months straight, and we didn't make any money together, but he taught me a lot of product research, things that still stuck with me, just like why people buy products. And through all that I realized like the best way to learn and the best way to truly become like at peace with like how much. Okay, what I'm trying to say is like the best way to really do business is to just fail. Like just say like screw it. Like just like pretend you're gonna die. Like just I don't mean to be reckless, but I'm saying like I am trying to get one point across, and that is I learned the most because I failed the most. And that's literally it. And so like, wow, that sounds like stupid, and like, wow, that's like, okay, well, what now? Am I telling you to fail? Like, no, I'm telling you once again how to guarantee your success is to just keep going until you don't fail, because like you're gonna fail, and just keep failing. And then just like when I say fail, I don't mean like, oh, I failed. Like truly try to like do this the best you can. Like do if you're doing Shopify, if you want to even start a cash cow channel and start to make money on YouTube, you can do that. Or if you're just trying to start up a business yourself or like a service, just do the best you can and then just see what happens. Just see what happens. You might fail, but if you are doing your best and you fail, guess what? You're going to learn a really big lesson, and then you're going to take that lesson, turn it into an asset of your own knowledge, and then once you have that knowledge, you're golden. So what I'm saying now is like I can be in a place of like not like right now I'm not scaling any stores. I'm just sorting out like how I want to do 2021 for business. I'm going to go down and meet some e-commerce people pretty soon, and I'm going to start making a lot of YouTube videos. And I'm in my bathroom right now, so like the setup will be a lot better. I have a studio that I'm working on, like building and stuff. But I realized like what do I really want to be doing? And I want to just get one point across, and that's like, as long as you guys are being of service to others, and as long as you guys are trying to provide as much value as possible, whether you're making a business, whether you're trying to scale your own e-commerce brand, everything counts. Your effort, your packaging, your background, your story, your level of effort, however much effort you put into something is how much effort you're going to get, or however much effort you put into something is what you're going to get back, right? So what I'm trying to explain is like, if you guys are failing and you're trying to do Shopify, or maybe you're actually trying to do the YouTube cash cow thing that I was explaining, or maybe something else, and you're just still failing, just know that if you truly stick with it, and if you're like a true entrepreneur, the money will come to you, trust me. And just be at peace with that, and just know like my money, and especially my money, it's never linear, right? So like I can spend, like when I was losing money for 2 years straight, I was actually just getting I was getting like triple the years of knowledge, plus how to not lose money anymore. And so through losing money, I learned how to not lose money. And it's just that stupid. Like it's just so stupid, like how funny like the most complex real help is like, it's so stupid, it's so simple. Like we're 70% water, but like, can we, like, you ever think about that? Like we're just fish swimming around, and you ever just like go in a store and just think about how it got there? E-commerce, you know what I'm saying? Like, you ever think about like, well, what's a good store to research? Well, Amazon's the #1 e-commerce brand in the world, obviously, $1 trillion company. Jeff Bezos owns like Whole Foods. Go into Whole Foods, just see what Jeff Bezos is selling. Like, there you go. Like, all I'm saying is like, I've learned that the most epic and most beautiful like things that scale up and make like millions of dollars it's just the stupidest truth. So what I want to explain is like the one stupid truth of like just keep on being stubborn with it. This one time a girl called me a hopeless romantic, and I laughed because like I totally am, in the fact that like I was a hopeless romantic. But the thing is like hopeless, like it looks like I'm a hopeless romantic, but the word hopeless is actually like the one that's totally like reversed, because I'm a hopeful romantic in that like if I fall in love with a business, or if I am like gonna make money with Shopify, I got so stubborn that I was like, after losing money, buying this course, and like never making money, graduating high school while all my friends were going to college, still not making money, like I was so stubborn that like I was so smart, because like you have to be stubbornly smart, and you have to actually be learning as you are working at the same time. And the true way to get experience is just do it, just do it, like Nike, like, but think about it, just do it, like just don't have any fear. Like, what are you afraid of? Like just start working on something if you want to make money, right? And if you're like 15, 16, or if you just started high school, I'm telling you, now is like the perfect time, because you're still at your parents' house, to just truly grind and get yourself in like a good position by graduation. And like, even if I'm proof that like even if you're still not making money by graduation, and you want to be like one of those e-commerce kids, like I dropped out and I made $1 million. Like I was that kid that graduated and still was losing money, and I'm like, this sucks. I'm like kind of stressed. I remember getting my diploma, but after I got home, I'm like, okay. I was holding it. I was like, it's about to get real, and it did. In 2020, I made almost $1 million in revenue, and I think I scaled one product to like $750,000, and actually, I filmed that scaling. I scaled that product live for Ecom Hyper Profit as well. So I grew Ecom Hyper Profit last year into a really, really great training program. And I also scaled one product last year alone to $750,000. And in 2021, I basically reverse engineered the product research methods of like, even being a human being, like how humans got here, the secrets of the universe. I learned a lot about spirituality, and I actually tied that into e-commerce and realized, in the quantum explanation of like how we're sort of one with everything, like, I'm connected to this as much as I'm like connected to you in this video. As like, if you're watching this and I'm talking to you right now, like I'm really not, but I'm just on a screen. But like our brains are just electrical, digital computers, and like we don't live in a fake world. We just live in a world that's so real, it's so stupid. Like, so what I'm explaining is like, this is a hologram version of me explaining to you how I made $100,000 at the age of like 16. But at the same time, I am also trying to explain like how to guarantee success at whatever age you're, like whoever is watching this, basically. I know I'm stumbling over my words. I've only made a couple YouTube videos, so bear with me. But I like the one take type of vibes, because when I kind of get going on a topic, I can really just dive deep and really just make a good video. But yeah, all I wanted to explain is like, I'm living proof, and I know a lot of YouTubers actually like aren't like this, in that like they're like, oh, I make $1 million, I have a Lamborghini Huracan, I'm like 12 years old. Like, that's cool, but like when I was learning, I actually learned the most from the people that like just weren't talking about that at all. We're like, okay, just talking about the basics, talking about like, the complex truths that are actually pretty simple, like, do whatever it takes to make you feel good, just keep working on your business, you have to put love into it. Like, there's a video called Why You Can't Do the Work by this YouTuber named Sam Ovens, and he says why you can't do the work. It's basically love. So like, you have to love what you're doing, and that's why it's kind of funny when I said that girl called me a hopeless romantic, because like I love e-commerce and I love YouTube so much that like even when they were like the things I was like losing all my money on, I was buying people's courses I wasn't making money on, and it was the thing that was stressing me out. Like, I could have easily just not done it, but like the thing is, I made it almost a like ride or die situation, because like I said, I didn't take the ACT test, I didn't take the SAT test, and I didn't apply for any colleges. So like when so I basically made it on myself. I'm like, okay, so it's this or I'm gonna die. Like, I'm like, okay, so might as well just kind of jump forward into it. And then the first year out of high school, that's when I made a lot of money, and I now have one of my dream cars. I have an AMG C63S. I got this cool hat. I'm like that Mercedes guy with the hat. I got my little vest on. I'm like one of those guys. But the thing is, like, I'm truly happy and I'm truly blessed to be bringing some of this knowledge to you. But I'm also truly happy in that, like, I know how to make you successful. If all you do is listen to me, I can help you. I'm not saying like, I can give you money or I can guarantee any results, but I'm saying now I have the confidence from being that person that learned through sucking and failing and not being very smart, like school smart. like I said, I failed math. I couldn't do Spanish, but like I was good at language arts, and I've always been good at arts and crafts. You know, I've always been good at like, you know, building Legos and making scrapbooks. I used to do that, and I've always been good at like, you know, just product design and like sort of like a vision, right? So like one of my favorite things to do is like make logos, you know. But yeah, like through just like getting really good at just like, you know, playing with stuff on my computer, and you know, really good at like just training people as well. I have true confidence when I say this, that if you subscribe and if you listen to me, you're gonna get some real advice from a person who has nothing to hold back. And I have an edge over a lot of YouTubers in the sort of like Shopify dropshipping space, or sort of in like the e-commerce world, or even like the entrepreneur world, just because a lot of them are giving you just straight up advice, and they're not really telling you the fact of like how similar they are to you, you know? So like, I'm just one of you guys who decided to just go all in on this because I saw a bunch of, you know, clickbait ads. I saw a bunch of people selling courses, and, you know, I saw the whole toxic entrepreneur community, and I'm like, I just want to, you know, make money too. And I watched people's webinars before I knew like that's how you sell like a product and stuff. So I was like, ooh, on the webinar, like, oh my God, I gotta get in. Like, this is, I got totally like scammed by the marketing system of sort of like how to really make money online, and how to get over sort of like that industry of make money online. And that's why I spent such a long time learning and sort of like digging around before I ever really finally announced like Ecom Hyper Profit is officially for sale. And it's also the same reason why I've waited so long to make a YouTube channel again, because I really wanted to make a channel only when I had a really good amount of content to make that could actually, you know, really benefit anybody that watches it, whether you're like 30 or 40, 50 or 60, or like, you know, 12 years old. I want my videos to be a resource that is, you know, open and free, as well as like, you know, if you want to join Ecom Hyper Profit, I want that to be available for anybody. But I truly want to help everybody from the ground up, and that's why I'm really happy to be in the place that I'm in. But I'm just here to tell you guys one last thing: just don't give up, okay? That's pretty simple. As in, like, if you're watching this, if you're like me, even if you have given up, trust me, I've given up, but I didn't really give up. You know what I mean? Like, just never truly stop. Just fail, and even if you fail and you get really sad and you just like don't even want to be on your phone anymore, like, that's cool. Just don't quit forever, okay? And just through all your lessons, what I recommend is also documenting your progress. Like, write down your wins every day, or you know, just like keep a journal, or just like track. Just don't forget what you've done, basically. Like, I'm not gonna tell you how to track your own progress in life, but I'm telling you, just see yourself as improving, just little tiny baby steps every day. If you ever seen that movie, What About Bob? He has that book called Baby Steps, you know? Just take baby steps every day of just making progress, whether it's watching a YouTube video, or maybe you didn't watch a YouTube video today, but you went and you tried to build a new store, or maybe you learned more about the cash cow channels, because like, feel free to just Google it and just learn more about it. You know, or if you want to learn Ecom Hyper Profit, just go down in the description and click on that. Whatever you decide to do, just keep taking baby steps, and then just forget about the timeline. People say time is an illusion, but like, just have time be an asset. Just as long as you keep progressing every day, and as long as your goal is to just, you know, well, yeah, have your goal defined, you know. My goal was to just scale, like, I wanted to make like $300,000 in a month, and I did that last year. And I made, like, someone screenshot my lock screen last year, and I actually printed out a canvas, like a vision board, and I explained that in my program as well. But what I'm saying is, like, just visualize what you want to have happen every day, take little steps, be a hopeless romantic, you know, don't be afraid to lose, but like, basically just be a little reckless, like, just like, screw it, you know, just like, whatever. Like, I don't even want to make sense. You know what I mean? Just like just wing it. Like, fake it till you make it is the realest statement of all time. Like, I don't care what anybody thinks about that, but like, I'm here to tell you it is 100% true, because I never like tried to sell a course when I wasn't making money, because I want to know it deep down inside that I know my product before I sell. That's why I could never sell a program. That's why it was so funny, because I'm like, I want to scale a store before I sell a program, but then I could never sell a score, so I can't sell a program. And then I'm like, I just can't make money now. But then it all just happened at once. And I literally filmed my program as I was scaling one product. So like I said, if you guys want to check out Ecom Hyper Profit, it's in the description. It's a super great course. It's $2,000, but I think I might sell it for $1,000. I might just do a discount for my YouTube people, or I might just lower the price in general. But trust me, it's a truly revolutionary, at least for me, it's a truly revolutionary and simple you know, e-commerce training. And if you guys also could do me a favor, make sure you guys like this video. add it to a playlist. What I recommend doing is starting like an ecom or like an online money playlist, and then just add my first video there. Because what that does, it helps me out in the search feeds, but also that's what I still do, is I sort videos out that I watch, and I can go back into them like a big course. You know, like you can literally build your own course by having a playlist. Just literally just don't be lazy and just write out a name for the playlist, and just make 2 extra steps every time you watch a YouTube video. Just hit like, so it'll be in your like videos, and so it'll help out the YouTuber. So they'll make more videos, and then also just add the video to a playlist, name the playlist, and boom, you already can custom make your own courses. You know, it's like, there you go. I know that wasn't, that was like a lot of an explanation for just me telling you how I made my first $100,000, but from that $100,000, I basically, you know, I lost money. I bought some, you know, gold shoes. I bought some stupid stuff, and I was a kid. I didn't, you know, invest that money into, like, you know, they say put $100 a day or like a month away into the Vanguard index fund or something. Like, I didn't do that, but what I did was just like lose money. But in the business, in Shopify. And then I knew, like, you know, e-commerce and Shopify and dropshipping, it's here to stay, guys. It's not going away. Screw every YouTuber that still thinks that they can clickbait and say, is dropshipping going away? Because it's not. It's called e-commerce. It's called go to a store. How do you think all those products are on the shelf? A big truck. Like, e-commerce. It's all e-commerce. Everything in the store is e-commerce, so it's not going away. So Shopify is truly revolutionary, and it's truly something I believe in. And I like YouTube because I want to have like a catalog of my own videos. That's why I'm making a channel again from, like, you know, 1,000 subs, because I have a couple channels. But one thing I want to make really clear, guys, is the fact that, like, Shopify dropshipping is by far what I recommend, because it's here to stay. And like I mentioned, it really is. Like, it's not going anywhere. And so I got lucky just by doing Shopify dropshipping since 2015 or 16, because I actually heard about it before I made the money on YouTube. But I couldn't afford the course that I got pitched. That was actually on Alex Becker's webinar, so shout out to Alex Becker. I think it was called Commercify. That was the guy. I forgot his name, but it was the Alex Becker, like, affiliate webinar. And I watched it in the summer, and it, like, totally convinced me to buy the course. But I couldn't afford it. But ever since then, I learned about what Shopify dropshipping was. And, you know, I remember when Oberlo, if you guys know what that is, I remember when that wouldn't even plug in right. Like, it was hilarious. So what I'm saying is, like, if you guys want to get into Shopify dropshipping, if you guys want to hear more about how to make money online from somebody that, you know, did it from the ground up, from day one of the whole industry, and has a lot of experience and a lot of contacts in the space, but it's kind of small and kind of low key, then make sure you guys subscribe to me, because, like I said, you guys are definitely going to be impressed. And I can't wait to bring you guys some free courses. I'm going to be doing some free product research on my channel, and I'm also going to be explaining the secrets behind, you know, product research and branding. And, you know, like I said, I'm forever a student, right? That's the other thing I want to make really clear, is, like, the most professional and the people that really know what they're talking about when it comes to e-commerce, like in this sort of like make money online space here on YouTube. The number one, like the best people you got to look for are the ones that say, like, you know, I don't know everything. I'm still a student, because I still am. And there's, like, once you know, like, the smartest people in the world know they know nothing. That's a quote. It's because, like, the people, like, now that I've seen so much of e-commerce, there's still so much I don't know. I'll be honest, I don't know how to do custom packaging the way I want to just yet. There's a couple different things, like, I have, like, mental blocks in my head still about, like, some advertising stuff. You know, Facebook changed up some of the rules. But the thing is, like, what do you think I'm going to do? Just keep on doing what I've done, and just, you know, spend some money, lose some money, keep learning, and keep gaining more and more power. That's the key word, is power. Knowledge is power, but true knowledge of, like, losing money, failing, all that, like, none of it's wasted. So, like, just keep, if you're not making money and you're doing it right now, for example, just keep doing it. Like, just screw it. Like, just don't give up. Be hopeless romantic. Just be, like, retarded. Retarded in the way of just, like, mentally ill, in the fact that, like, you have to be, like, kind of stupid smart, you know? Like, you have to just be like, I'm gonna make this work regardless, no matter how hard it is. Like, this is, like, the odds are very slim of being successful, but it's just because people give up and they don't really just go all in. But the thing is with business, and, like, the thing with making money online is, like, there's so much money to be made. There's so many audiences you can advertise to, and the online world is here to stay, e-commerce is here to stay, and everything gets shipped into a store. Even stuff that isn't e-commerce is e-commerce. So just know that, like, the best industry to be in is the online space in general. And then the best thing to do in terms of making money is commerce, right? Because commerce is exchanging goods, right? And, you know, money is just an exchange of value. So the best industry, in my personal opinion, is not YouTube, it's actually Shopify dropshipping. Or, you know, people do Amazon FBA, but, like, I don't know anything about FBA. All I know is like Amazon's like my little hilarious rival, as in like, yeah, it's a $1 trillion company, but like it's not a rival. It's a lesson, because there could be another $1 trillion shipment company that isn't Amazon. Oh wait, there is UPS, FedEx. Like these are massive companies, and just think about, like, just look at the packaging, look at the barcodes. You know, just look at what Amazon's doing. Just go to a store. Just look at this from an e-commerce space and just walk around the store. You know, I'm not saying go buy stuff and resell it on eBay. I'm saying just go look at the store and just look at all the labels, all the drinks, all the waters. Like just go around and just see something and just think, you know. And through that, you guys will learn more knowledge than you think. Because I have like what I call $1 trillion worth of knowledge, in that like I understand exactly how Amazon was able to make it Amazon. You know, I'm not saying I have $1 trillion, but I'm saying like I've done some product research that I'm going to reveal slowly. But I've done like $1 trillion product research, in that like Amazon's a multi-$1 trillion company. But the thing is, like, I sort of reverse engineered some of the biggest companies in the world through some of the just research I've done. And through that, I truly have now the confidence to come and tell you, I love what I do. E-commerce is here to stay. Ecom Hyper Profit is one of, if not the greatest programs. It'll be constantly updated for me, and I'm constantly updated myself. I'm like a little software computer, right? So if you guys want to, like I said, subscribe, stick around, or, you know, get started in Amazon, or not Amazon. If you guys want to stop thinking about Amazon for a second and just come over to you. If you guys want to learn how to do your own Shopify store, if you guys want to join Ecom Hyper Profit, or if you guys want to subscribe, please do that, and I'm forever grateful. But like I said, please subscribe, because you guys are definitely in for a treat. I have so many videos to make, and I have scores of ideas because I waited so long to make a YouTube channel, and I haven't even like revealed my car or anything like that yet. So yeah, just stick around for that. And like I said, guys, thank you so much for watching this video on how I made my first $100,000 as a kid. I think I'm going to say like at 15, because that's when I really started. The year was 2016, and I was 15 years old. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. But like I said, thank you so much for watching this video. I'm going to go ahead and get out of my bathroom. And like I said, see you in the next video. I don't know what that was. I'm just trying to move my hands around because I'm staring at myself. But yeah, anyways, guys, peace out, and congratulations on your future success.